What is going on, guys? Jack here and welcome to episode 73 of The Road to Glory here with FC United of Manchester. Hopefully you guys are good. Since the previous episode we've played 5 league games and 1 League Cup match, and today we've got Stoke in the League Cup 4th round for you guys. So hopefully you're looking forward to this. First things first, though, got to cover the fixtures since the last episode. So looking at the league performances first. First kind of result of this sequence was a 2-0 win against Newcastle. Courtois getting on the score sheet for us, making it 1-0, and an own goal just a minute later was all that we needed to win the game. Following on from this, we got a somewhat nervy performance against MK Dons, playing my kind of second string team again. A few first team players in there. Milton Keynes Dons took us to extra time. They scored first in extra time. I threw on a few players, went ultra attacking, and we grabbed 2 in the second half of the extra time to win 2-1. So that's how we got to this stage in the League Cup, which is the 4th round that's coming up. Anyway, back on to the league. 1-0 win against Fulham. Really good result. Barbosa grabbing the goal for us. Looking at the stats, performed really well, created plenty of chances. And that's mostly due to kind of crediting our midfield this year. We're a lot more competitive in midfield, and that is what is ultimately getting us results. One result we didn't get, though, was against Spurs. We lost 2-1 at home to them. Courtois getting on the score sheet again. Eric Torres and Carlos Lyons for them getting on the score sheet. Looking at the stats, we probably deserved to win the game on the face of it. We were unlucky. One of those games where you knock on the door a lot, but you just can't quite break it down and get the goals that you need. And defensively, we were a little bit poor, hence conceding 2. 2 more results. First one came against West Ham. 1-1 draw away. I would have taken that at the start of the day. However, looking at the stats again, we dominated. We should have won by more, but we didn't. One of those things. FM's sometimes like that. You'll have a few games in a row where you just dominate and you can't get a result, and then the next game you'll be outplayed and you'll grab the result. But all things considering, still a good point. Good performances by the entire team. And overall, I was content with that. And then the last game of this kind of sequence came against West Brom. We won 3-2. It was fairly comfortable in the end. The scoreline doesn't really reflect that, but looking at the stats, we were in control. Our team played really well as a whole. Billy Reid got man of the match. Billy Reid, the former FC United of Manchester youngster, now an established Premier League player for West Brom, one of their big players, England international, and he got 2 goals against us this game. Fortunately, he didn't get a hat-trick. It's one of these things with FM. Sometimes you sell a player and they come back a few years later and get a hat-trick or win the game against you. So despite his influence on the game, the shambolic West Brom outfield team really didn't perform well. A lot of players really struggled for them. And we took our chances that came our way. Shane Barney, Pablo and Courtois getting on the score sheet for us. Looking at the league, 9 games played, 5 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses. The losses coming at Spurs and West Ham and Manchester United. The draws against West Ham and QPR, so not too bad a result. We sit quite nicely in the league. There's a few teams with games in hand around us, but all things considering, I am content with our performance so far in the league. It's looking good for us. Looking at the squad, individual performances, that kind of stuff, just so you can get a better understanding of who's playing well. Pablo playing well, Benitez playing well, those 2 defenders playing really solidly. Same with Glenn Stewart playing alongside them, although when is Glenn Stewart not playing well for us? Courtois as well, in his unique workhorse role that I kind of made up for him, really performing well. He's got the most distance covered in the league, unsurprisingly. He just runs and runs and runs, and his efforts really have kind of paid off for him. 9 games, 3 goals, 3 assists, and an average rating of 7.27. Good stuff for him. Bocao playing well as well, averaging a 7.46 rating. Although he hasn't got the goals or assists, he's been a really crucial kind of part of our play. And looking at his passing accuracy, you can see he has 85% pass completion, so you really can't underestimate his influence in the centre of the park. But that is the team. We're playing well. Today's tie is against Stoke in the League Cup 4th round, as I previously mentioned. I'm excited to get this underway. Let's see how we get on. And yeah, we are away to Stoke. We're at the Britannia Stadium. This is the 4th round of the League Cup. Going to be running with what I think currently is our strongest team, with the exception of Farias, who's out injured. And just a quick thing, Silvio, the guy who came in on a free, not the best stats in the world. I brought him in as a backup of full backups, and this is why I like to have 3 players who play a position like in the team. So I only had 2 left backs. I got Silvio in on a free, and Isaac Marine is currently out he's been out for a little while, but he's got a thigh strain, and Farias is out for 2 months with a torn hamstring. So the importance of having a third player who can play every position showing there, and I'm glad that I brought him in. Getting into today's game, Bocau is going to make his 200th league appearance, and Moyano is going to make his 25th appearance for us. So that's not too shabby. Let's see how we get on here. Any familiar faces in the West Brom side? Max Clayton's there, Suso. How old is Begovic? 34. He's getting on a bit now, but he's still fairly young. He's not as old as I thought he was, actually. But quite a lot of regens now in the teams, but we'll see how we get on here. I want to give a good performance. I'm going to tell the players that we're the underdogs, though, but I'm going to tell the midfield that I believe they have what it takes, because then they play better. So good team talk. We'll see how we get on here. Playing our full strength team now. I've rotated the squad twice in the League Cup. Once we've been taken to extra time, once we've been taken to penalties. I don't want to take that risk today against Stoke. I feel as if now we're in the 4th round of the League Cup, we may as well go for it this year. We're looking good in the league. It's not really a distraction because we have a good squad depth and the team plays well. And so, why not play a full strength side? We'll see how we get on here. Looks like they're having a little bit of the early ball, although looking at possession, we are dominating in terms of the stats. Chance here, Barney through, hits the post, and it'll be cleared by Dawson for a corner. Good start though. Looking at the stats, we are in complete control of this game. Our average rating is superior, possession is superior, and we're creating chances. It's a case now of us taking our chances and grabbing a goal or 2 while we're on top, because you never know, Stoke may come back in the second half. We've got a chance here from the corner. Barbosa to get in a second ball in, but cleared. Overall, I'm really happy with the team this year. This year we're controlling the ball a lot more in the centre of the park, and that is just due to kind of just having a better midfield as a whole. We've added a lot of quality. Barney through here, option to his right. Bocau is there. Great finish by Bocau. Great goal for him. I think that's his 2nd goal for the club. Really good stuff. Great vision by Barney as well to see that pass and square it, and good tidy finish from just outside the area by Bocau. This season, the midfield kind of quality as a whole, as I've mentioned, has improved. That's been reflected in our score lines and how we're able now to control possession against teams. We have the quality to kind of play a patient game, to play a game where we try and hold on to the ball and build up attacks. Last few years we've had to play really defensively on the counter-attack. Now we can go out and control games. Playing really well. And no one's reacting at all to these team talks. Thank you, Shane Barney, for being someone who reacted at all. I suppose it could be worse and the players could have reacted negatively, but kind of odd that no one reacted to anything twice. But no, 1-0, looking good. Just got to maintain our level of performance into the second half. Grab a second, maybe then I can rest a few legs. But all things considering, we're looking good. Stoke with a chance there, first shot on target for them, but not taken. Timu Peltari, obviously the Finnish centre mid, is playing for them. I forgot about that. He left us for them in the summer for 11 million. He's probably regretting it now. As we dominate, Moyano with a cheeky little dribble. Barney cracks it onto the cross. No, in fact, I thought he hit the crossbar, but apparently the keeper got fingertips. Great save by Begovic, but we've got a chance from this corner, sending the big men up from the back. Barbosa, come on, 2nd ball in, my son. Abu. Begovic again with the save. He is looking good for them. We've had 8 shots on target, so that's like 7 saves he's made. And he's made a few big ones at that. But no, I'm really impressed by the chances we are creating. We're looking good. We've just got to, as I've said and I'll say again, take our chances, get 1 more goal, let's make it comfortable, and then we can really press on and see out this game. But no, you can see how we are really just working the ball well in the midfield. It's important now, though, that we do get back. Obviously, we're kind of playing with the 3 midfielders. We've got Mohamed Abu just sat behind Bocau and Courtois in the centre. And those 3 have really linked up well. Mohamed Abu acts as a more defensive player, and Courtois is now going to get sent off. Now that I've talked about how well he's played. Oh, God. Okay, time to make some changes. I should probably do it off the tactics screen. but not great. Do I remove the striker? That is the question of the day. Do I? Oh, don't you love FM? Don't you just love FM? I'll tell you what we'll do. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go narrower. We'll go narrower, like so. Sacrifice a little bit of width, and we'll stick with this. And I'll tell Bockout and Matsui to get back. Just get some men behind the ball. We'll keep all our sliders the same, but it's going to be tougher man down now. It'll be interesting to see, can we remain dominant without our wide men? Can we obviously see out this game? This game, there is no second leg. There is no kind of second tie. If it's a draw, it will go to extra time, so it's now important that players put in their shifts. And Bockout with a great tackle. Barney threaded through, finished that. And he misses it again, not taking our chances. I mean, in the league, we've only scored 14 goals in 9 games, which I say only, considering we've won 5, that doesn't sound like a lot of goals really to have scored, and I think that's slightly down to maybe not taking our chances. Shane Barney, certainly not at his best so far this year, but it looks like we have seen out this result, and that will be time, surely, ref. Surely it's just going to be 1-0. You can't add any more time. Oh, he can. No, he's done. He's done. That is the game, I hope. I hope and pray that's the game. I can't do with them having a chance late on. Looking at the stats of our team, we've performed really well. Didn't dominate possession so much, but that was largely down to kind of losing a man midway through the second half. But good performance overall. Teams had us written off. That sees us go into the quarter-final, I do believe, of the League Cup, which is really good to see. Looking at other teams to go through, Chelsea went through on penalties. Arsenal went through after extra time. A few teams sneaking through there late on. Would have been nice to see Arsenal, Man City and Chelsea all get knocked out, but they will be in the draw. Tranmere in League One, unlucky to lose to Everton on penalties. But all in all, good performance by the guys. I'm content with that performance. It's a shame that Courtois got sent off. That's a little bit disappointing. But upon balance, I'm content. I'm happy with that. Looking forward to our future results. I think the next game I'm going to do is going to be the Manchester City game in about a month. Not too many league games before that, but a few winnable games, you'd say, as well. So hopefully we can get 3 wins on the board from that. And the Manchester City game has a little bit more riding on it this year compared to at the end of last year, where we did beat them, because Manchester City are within touching distance of us. They do have a game in hand, but be an important game to win in terms of ensuring that we can continue pushing for a European spot this year. But anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Pretty good result, 1-0 against Stoke. We could have won by more, but I'm happy. I've said that like 7 times. I'm happy, guys. I am. I'm happy. But no, thank you as always, guys. Leave any comments if you have them down below. And other than that, it's me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.